So we make the best of how we are. But imagine anything that isn't quite aligned, that it's going to struggle to find its rhythm. So take a couple of deep breaths and then really relax your body and allow your breath to be the way in. Allow it to be a deep enough breath, a slow enough breath, but don't make it anything. Just allow it to be your natural, relaxed breath. And just for this moment, even if you have things to do, just for this moment, allow your heart center to become the king or queen of your reign, of your kingdom. And you could literally make a fairy tale out of it, saying you were too young, and so an advisor took over, and the advisor is your head, and it seems logical and it seems right, yet it's not quite flowing. Okay. So it's easy to come from the head because our eyes are just below our third eye. So it's as if that's where we come from. That's where our consciousness is. So if you need to, you can touch the center of your chest. If you need to, just to bring your awareness to your chest. And just ask, out of curiosity, no seriousness, what is my biggest issue? Why is it so hard to live from the heart? And just see what comes. Quantum consciousness. Find all the answers and integrate. And even if the answers are silly or seem meaningless, just listen to them. So the biggest obstacle is that there are no living examples around us. We're not Amma's daughter or son or Jesus's friend. We're from ordinary mums and dads doing their best. So usually this is how it goes. Your father would be on your right-hand side, your mother on your left. But we're going to ask for 2 awakened, heart-based examples, a masculine and a feminine. Masculine to come down onto your right and a feminine onto your left. So don't struggle, just in case. I always love just the Dalai Lama is such a good living example of open-heartedness in this world. But it's just as an example, who could be like a pillar on your right, and then on the left it could be Amma. Why not? Someone who can show us what it's like to live from a heart-based, open heart reality. Okay, we're going to start at the heart and then go all the way through the chakras and come back to the heart. From your heart, it's going to create an infinity. Doesn't matter to which side, it's either to the masculine and round and back, and to the feminine. And so you know what a figure 8 looks like, and just allow it. Neither one is more important than the other. Just imagine that we are balancing the masculine and the feminine in the divine aspects in the heart. This is masculine and feminine energy, which is not the same as gender. And now try not to put any mind in it. Just hold your awareness in your heart space. Again, if you want to touch it, just to be aware of where you are focusing. There we go. And allow the example of the energies of the divine masculine, divine feminine to balance out. Each time it goes from one to the other through my heart, there's more information, there's more ability to put into balance. And while this is happening, we're going to allow the rest of your body to express. And you are just going to stay with the figure 8 in your heart, moving it between your pillars of divine masculine and divine feminine. All we need to know is become aware. If we were born into a community that didn't speak or didn't have language, we wouldn't articulate, we wouldn't modulate language as sound. we might do something else. But it's just we haven't had the consensus example around us of what it's like to live from a heart-based, open heart chakra. Ask your higher self also to come on board and give a hand, your true self, your awakened self. Like heart chakra dialysis. It goes, cleans and comes through the feminine and back through you, through the masculine. Allow it to be cleared of all the conditioning of habit, of positioning, of behavior that you've become accustomed to shutting down your heart chakra. Maybe not fully, not 100%, but certainly a big aspect. What are the fears? Okay, so this is our intention. And now let's go down to the solar plexus. Same thing. But everything is to balance the solar plexus in the divine masculine feminine, but to support heart-based energy center in the solar plexus. It's as if you are going through the chakras, informing them that the heart is coming online as the center, and what do each of the chakras need to do. Not that they do anything, but just how should they vibrate, align with this new information. There's a new sheriff in town, and how does the solar plexus behave with this frequency? And allow the figure 8 to move through the pillars of the divine masculine, feminine. So as soon as one chakra shifts, all the other ones shift with it. It's like an intricate piece of balancing going on. As soon as one takes up another position, the others can either release a position or take a new position. Your own organic balancing. It's as if you were putting clean water into a glass of dirty water. And so just by by adding more clean water, it becomes clearer and cleaner. There we go. Okay, sacral chakra, same thing. Create that figure of eight, moving between yourselves and the divine masculine and feminine. Just ask the question, what would a more heart-based sacral chakra look like, behave like? And even if you don't answer your own question, it will prompt your being to find that position. Okay. Base chakra. Imagine that figure of 8 filtering through the divine masculine, divine feminine, or divine feminine, divine masculine. Always coming back through your energy center. There we go. Okay. That just burst open something. Good. So now we go to the crown chakra. On purpose to do the lower chakras first because they would be the hardest in a sense. So allow the crown to do that figure of eight, the infinity, through the divine feminine and the divine masculine and back, and always in the middle through you, creating that dialysis effect, creating that information frequency. And so just while we play here, imagine the spiritual field interpreted from the mind or interpreted from the heart. They're both languages, but one is a different language. So would spirituality, would connection to your divine source be any different depending on who is the king or queen of this body? Okay. So now third eye, the infinity from your third eye into the divine masculine or feminine, doing the figure eight, doing this dance of balancing out. So if we want to beat this advisor, going back to the fairy tale, it wouldn't want to go quietly. So now it's more about gently suggesting, coaxing, what would the mind, the mental body look like with an open heart center. There we go. Huge shift. Allow all the shifting to occur. Okay, now throat. Let infinity through your throat into the divine and masculine and feminine. There we go. Now back to the heart. And notice if it feels any deeper, bigger, brighter, or if it's the same. If the heart center is the king or the queen, maybe the head can be parliament or advisors. but in their place. And everything goes through the heart. Imagine the heart being the connector, the conduit. Then the information comes first through the heart, and then it is interpreted. Not interpreted so that the heart can be okay with it. Everything comes through the heart first. Okay, perfect. So we're going to let go of these divine examples. Thank them for their service. And there we go. And take a deep breath in. And come on back.